Amazing things happen. Look at someone on the street and you might never see that person again. Ever. Then you bump into a stranger and your whole life changes. Forever. See what I'm saying? It's all about them words: luck, chance, coincidence, accident, quirk, miracle. Plus a lot of words I'm guessing I don't even know. But the thing is, I got a story that could use all them words. About a kid by the name of Max Jealous. That's Max with a K. M-A-K-S. He's a newsboy. What they call a newsie. So he's holding up a copy of the New York City newspaper, The World, and he's shouting, "Extra, extra, read all about it! Murder at the Waldorf!" Been peddling The World for 5 hours. And it sold 39 papers. So one more, and he'll have bailed his whole bundle. Do that, and he'll have 80 cents in his pocket. In 1893, newsies buy their papers and then sell them. So next day's bundle is going to cost Max 72 cents. Then he sells them for 2 cents each. Means, for his 5 hours work, he'll earn a whole 8 cents. Not much, you say. Hey, these days, 6 cents buys you a can of pork and beans, enough eats for a day, which is more than some people gets. These are hard times. Factories closing, workers laid off, not many jobs, housing not easy to find. In fact, people are calling these days the Great Panic of 1893. That was a real thing in history. You can look it up. So he's going home, and he runs into trouble. Specifically, he runs into trouble by the name of Bruno. Bruno may be only 17 years old, but he's head of the Plug Ugly gang, which was a real gang. Lately, Bruno and his gang have been slamming world newsies, beating them up, stealing their money, burning their papers.
Why?
You don't know. You don't know. That's the big question.
They're probably associated with another paper.
Good reader's prediction. They were for competing paper.
Well, another reason that could happen was that a bunch of these newsies are immigrants.
So it might be xenophobia.
Or it could be because the newspaper, said something bad about them Indians, right?
There's another good guess. They might not like something the newspaper said about them or about someone they're associated with. Now you're asking, how come Max don't cry for a cop? Because coppers don't like newsies. City police are hardly better than crooks. In fact, lots of cops are crooks, ready to be bribed if you have the clink. Anyway, Max ain't supposed to call for help. Kids' doings, good or bad, are just for kids.
Wow, this person's being really mean to me, but I don't want to be known as the tattletale. So I guess I won't say anything. Or cyberbullying, or saying, if you tell anyone about this, I will,
Do X,
I will,
Y, or Z.
right.
If kids are being mean to each other, that stays between kids, and that means that it can get really serious, but the adults will just say, oh, that's just like, kids do that, kids will be kids, but it can get serious when people are bullying each other.
There's the fact that I'm a police officer. I probably have better things to do than break up like a couple kids fighting.
Max yanks his cap down tight and shoots the only way open to him, right down the middle of Hester Street. Up ahead is an alleyway, a shortcut to Forsyth Street. If he can get through without the gang seeing, he might be safe. Trouble is, halfway through the alley, a high wooden fence blocks his way. As Max tries to think what to do, he sees, right there on the ground, along the base of the wall, a body. The body's so tangled in rags he can't tell if it's a he, a she, someone sleeping, drunk, maybe even dead. Next second, he swings around just in time to see the Plug Uglies, Bruno in the lead, coming down the alley. In other words, Max has to fight. The rest of the Plug Uglies squeeze in right behind Bruno, leering and laughing. Good run, kid, says Bruno, holding out a dirty hand, palm up. Let's see your brass. I need it, he says, the words squeezing out between gasps. To buy papers tomorrow, and our rent is due this week. That's the moment Max does what he's never done before in his whole life. He cries, "Help!" And that's when the body on the ground jumps up. rises so fast and unexpected, all Max can see is that whoever it is has this big stick and is swinging it like a whirligig gone wild, smacking Bruno on his shoulder, arm, face, Bruno, taken by surprise, yelps and stumbles back, colliding into the plug uglies behind him. The gang breaks and runs, chased all the way out of the alley by that stick. In moments, the plug uglies are gone.
Now, who is this stick person?
Her name
A girl named
Willa.
He convinces her to come to his house for dinner, but he says at the last minute, just in case, bring your stick. You make a lot of money selling papers? Don't go home unless I make my 8 cents. I'm lucky if I make a dime a week. Where you work? Pick rags at the East River dump. Get enough? Willa shrugs. 10 cents a week. And there's a midnight bread line at St. Peter's Church on Fulton. Where are your parents? Gone. You been on your own since your family left? She nods. That okay? I do what I want.
A 13-year-old girl wandering around New York City in the late 1800s at midnight.
You think that might be why she has a big stick? Okay, we've had a mention of Commissioner Teddy Roosevelt, and we've had Willa, who does not talk much. So what quote is being referenced here?
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Yes! Don't let your words shout for you, let your actions shout for you. You go to school? She shakes her head. Used to. Too old. He's 13 and he's too old. Too old. You know, get to be 13, 14, gotta work. But when I went to school, I learned to read. That's something. Willa says nothing. Why might Willa say nothing?
She doesn't know how to read.
Max says, I got a big family. You like them? Sure. Especially my big sister Emma. She's a lot of fun. Works at that fancy uptown hotel that just opened. You know, the Waldorf. Up on 33rd Street. They get to the apartment, and they find the police. And they find Max's mom and 3 younger brothers sobbing. Is Emma? She's been arrested. Arrested? What do you mean? Mama struggles to speak. They put her in jail. The one over by City Hall. The Tombs? A policeman was just here. He said that Emma stole a watch. Max, mouth wide open, can't believe what he's hearing. At a hotel? They arrested her. Emma would never steal. She wouldn't. The policeman says she did. They don't lie. Yes, they do. Dad and Agnes come home, and Dad's response when he hears this is, of course, oh my God, this tragedy. But when he hears she stole a watch, his first question is, why would she do that?
That's what everyone.
Notice both parents, even though they know their daughter and they know their daughter's a good girl, just assume she must be guilty because the police say so.
Like, it might not be that they actually suspect that she actually stole the watch, but it might just be like, why, on what charges are the police taking her?
It's a terrifying thing to think that the law is corrupt. They're already immigrants at the barest level of poverty. They can't assume now the law is against them. That is terrifying to them. Max is going to go to the Tombs. His mother is afraid that she'll get so nervous her English will get messed up, and that she'll do more harm than good. So Max, a 13-year-old boy, is going to go down to the prison known as the Tombs to visit his sister. And Willa's going to come and she's going to bring her stick.